Hello everyone, welcome to the third episode from Test to Success. I'm Maria Van and with my colleague Solange.
Hi.
We are comprehensive aspects related to the reading in the part of the exam, strategies on definition, and this is not how to distract your mouth and your brain into the process.
Yeah, so the last episode we discussed about some general aspects that apply in many international English exams, the use of times, the checkup, and some tips for mental blockages. So today we present this episode that is called With the Smart, Not Hard. We're going to talk about some key points for this specific part, some topics related to the achievement of this part. So remember, it's important to remind you that this podcast can be heard every week, and please don't miss the next episode.
Okay, now that before that you reading about the reading part, we need about different strategies that is important during the exam. But I have a question for you. Do you know what is skimming and scanning?
Well, I know that this is scanning, because scanning is like just you take like some kind of vocabulary that you already know, but you are not actually reading. You're just looking for some words that are like common for you. But skimming, I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you what is the scanning in this case. It's that process that when you're reading very fast and you touch many ideas and points and you review that text quickly, but you don't focus in the text, yeah, and you like maybe that highlights, sub highlights, and different part of the first part in the sentence.
Alright. So do you have like an example that for me, of course, and for our listeners, because maybe they are like, what the heck is skimming?
Yeah. Imagine that you open a magazine, an article that, for example, 10 ways to improve your memory. And if you are scanning, you don't read every word. You only you move your eyes quickly. And for example, that maybe that you have an article this and you read more quickly. But another page, looking the title, the subtitles, and reading the first sentence of each part. Use 20 or maybe that 30 seconds. You are ready the article to sleep, exercise, food, and mental games for you. And you didn't read everything, but you understand the general idea only with the title.
So yeah, because the title like tried to give you like some clues.
Yeah.
So that you didn't have to like read all the article, all the text in the international exams, because you just like try to guess by the title or the subtitle of the text, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of easy because sometimes people don't know how to read like properly a test in an international exam. So that is skimming, but I want to talk to you about something that is scanning that I was telling you before. So it's like a manner to comprehend a general view of the text, but now it's remarkable to comprehend the other main way to read a text. So scanning is when you read, but you're looking for a specific information. Yeah. So skimming is just like you're looking for the general idea of the text. But scanning is that you're looking for the specific information that is reliable, important, or requested in by the exam. Because sometimes you just go ahead and just read, but you didn't read after that the questions. So if maybe take into account your example that the article of the magazine calls how to improve your memory, and the question says in which part of the test it says memory, I don't know, I'm just guessing. But you have to try to look for that specific vocabulary in the question, in the reading. Yeah. So an illustrative example is, for example, I don't know, imagine that you're looking for a train schedule or for a Transmillennium schedule. You don't care about all the Transmillenniums, you only need one to give you, I don't know, here to university, minuto de Dios. You just want to catch that kind of Transmillennium, right? So if you're scanning, your eyes jump directly to the numbers and the word, I don't know, Portal 80 or Minuto de Dios, right? So you don't read read the whole, I don't know, thing or the whole page. You just search for the detail. So in 10 seconds, you find the exact time of the exact Transmilenio or the exact thing that you want to need. Yeah. So
that we have a very important international English exam. That is TOEFL, Cambridge, and Michigan. It was designed for academic purpose, the text grammar and vocabulary in detail, and focusing comprehension rather than the production. That is important for the considered new next tips. But that told us it's important to remember that every reading part in international exams in different maybe that share strategies and mechanics that permit you to comprehend very reading and obtain that high score that observes. You are intelligent and it could be hard, but with concentration and some tips that you highlight,
you can handle it. Yes. So the tips that I'm going to give you is really important. So maybe the first one is read the questions first. You have to, that's what I told you before, because it's important that you have the context. Look at what the task is asking before reading, because in this way your brain knows what you're looking for while you're reading.
Another is that you identify keywords that, for example, you do a circle or not important words that in the question, for example, name, date, place, or maybe that numbers that you consider important. Then scan the text that located those words or synonyms.
The synonyms are important. So what Maria said is really important because you can highlight the important words, and also you according to that you have to read every word, because also I know it is hard because we told you that you have to identify keywords, but also you don't have to read every word. Why? Because time is limited. Time in international exams is the king here, because you take a lot of time reading and scanning and skimming, and you don't even answer the questions. So remember that you have to practice skimming. That I told you, but Maria told you that it was looking for main ideas or general idea by the title or subtitles, whatever. And what I said, that is scanning, that is looking for details.
Other maybe that recommendation that we asked you, that is you don't enter in the panic if the vocabulary is very hard, because you focus on the context, not every single word. If 90% the text is very clear, you can guess the rest.
Yes, exactly. And maybe the last one that is important is you have to check for tricky words like not, except, or the true or false, because many persons or many people here have this kind of mistakes, and this happen because students overlook small words that change the meaning of the question. So just looking for the details in the question and then looking for the answer in the reading. So just to finish, to sum up all this episode, so is this part hard? Well, reading is hard, yes and no, because it's difficult in some cases. The vocabulary that we use, the time that always is against us, and or the extension of the text, or maybe the questions that you don't understand. But it's not an impossible challenge. Or do you think that it's impossible? No, you can achieve it. With the tips that we gave you, your own strategies and the knowledge that it's not impossible. Remember to read smart and not hard. So that's all for our third episode from Test to Success. So next week, Maria and Miguel Angel are going to guide you to the fourth chapter. Yes, the fourth chapter, Ears and Target. So they're going to talk about some kind of tips to listening part, to survive to listening part. So this is hard too, but you can do it. So thank you so much, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.